What is the driving force behind the current Gaza war? This question, my friends, is not as straightforward as it may seem. The Gaza conflict is a complex tapestry, woven with threads of historical grievances, political ambitions, and deep-seated tensions. It's a story where the lines between right and wrong aren't crystal clear, where heroes and villains often switch roles. It's a narrative that refuses to fit neatly into the confines of black and white, instead, bursting forth in a myriad of grays. So, to understand the current situation, we must delve into the past. The Gaza war didn't occur in a vacuum, it's a culmination of a series of events. Let's take a step back to understand the timeline that has led us to this present conflict. The year 2022 was a significant one. It witnessed the formation of a far-right government in Israel, a development that had profound implications on the region's political dynamics. The same year saw an escalation in Israeli military campaigns in the West Bank. These operations were more than just military actions, they were the strokes that drew lines of division deeper and wider. The West Bank also saw the emergence of armed resistance groups. These groups, fueled by desperation and the will to fight back, added another layer of complexity to the already convoluted situation. Then came August, a month that would be etched in the annals of history for its violence. A 3-day Israeli attack on the Gaza Strip left scars that went beyond the physical. The aftershocks of this attack reverberated through the rest of the year and into the next, stoking the flames of conflict. These events have set the stage for the current conflict. These are not isolated incidents, but links in a chain, each influencing and shaping the other. They have woven together a timeline that has led us to where we are now, in the midst of a war in Gaza. Both parties in this war, Israel and Hamas, have their own strategic goals and plans. Israel's primary concern lies in safeguarding its citizens and maintaining its borders. To achieve this, the country has adopted a robust defense mechanism, which has at times led to the deployment of military force. On the other hand, Hamas, the political organization governing the Gaza Strip, has been steadfast in its fight for Palestinian self-determination. This is often manifested in the form of armed resistance against what they perceive as Israeli occupation. These strategic goals, though fundamentally different, intersect on the battlefield. Israel's pursuit of security often brings it into direct conflict with Hamas's push for sovereignty. Similarly, Hamas's resistance often triggers Israeli defensive actions, further fueling the cycle of violence. The interplay of these strategies has escalated tensions, making peace an elusive dream. Yet it's crucial to note that these strategies are not set in stone. They are subject to change, influenced by internal politics, international pressures, and the ever-evolving dynamics of the conflict. The chessboard of the Middle East is constantly in flux, and every move has far-reaching implications. These strategic goals have been a major factor in the ongoing conflict. Wars always have far-reaching impacts, and the Gaza war is no exception. The repercussions of this conflict ripple far beyond the immediate battlefield, shaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. Neighboring relations are strained as nations are forced to pick sides, negotiating a delicate balance between diplomacy and their own strategic interests. In the midst of this, Israel's future plans for the region remain a topic of intense speculation and scrutiny. Will this conflict lead to a hardening of their stance, or open new avenues for dialogue and reconciliation? The answers to these questions could potentially redefine the political map of the Middle East. Moreover, the international response to the Gaza war raises further questions. Will other countries step in to mediate, or will they remain on the sidelines letting the events unfold? And how will the global community react to the aftermath of the war? Will there be a call for accountability, or will the world move on, leaving the scars of war to heal on their own? The potential impacts of the Gaza war are as varied as they are significant. From diplomatic relations to the balance of power, from human rights to international law, every aspect of the region's future hangs in the balance. The ripple effects of this conflict will be felt far and wide. In any war, it's the civilians who bear the brunt. The Gaza conflict is no exception. The human cost is staggering, with hundreds of lives lost, thousands injured, and countless more displaced. On one side, we have the people of Gaza, where the United Nations declared the deadliest year since 2006. They live under constant threat, their homes and livelihoods at risk, their access to basic necessities disrupted. On the other side, we have Israelis who also live in fear, their daily routines punctuated by siren alerts, their nights spent in bomb shelters. And let's not forget the psychological toll. The trauma experienced by children who grow up in these conditions is immeasurable. The fear, The uncertainty, the loss, it's a heavy burden to bear. Moreover, the impact extends beyond the immediate battlefield. The war has strained neighbor relations, leading to heightened tensions and increased instability in the region. And the future? Well, that remains uncertain. The human cost of the Gaza war is a stark reminder of the tragic consequences of conflict. It serves as a call to action for the international community to not just react, but proactively work towards lasting peace and stability.